Welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly What's Up. I'm Jacob Clore.
And I'm Melvin Seymour, and this is your Weird National News.
Parrots are truly unique pets. One fun aspect of having a parrot is hearing them imitate your language. However, one owner from Scotland was reunited with his feathery friend, Nigel, after 4 years, was surprised to learn that his bird now speaks Spanish. The Daily Breeze reported that the reunion took place due to the actions of a Southern California veterinarian who mistook the African gray parrot for her own missing bird. The veterinarian, Teresa Miko, tracked Nigel's microchip to Darren Chick from Torrance, Scotland. Not much is known about Nigel's adventures, but Chick says the bird's accent is gone and he now speaks Spanish. Imagine if you were reunited with a pet and they did something that surprised you. Isn't that weird? Like a Spanish? How do you even talk to it? Like, how do you know what it's saying?
I have no idea.
It's just crazy.
Yes. What will you do if you are living during a home invasion of spiders? According to the Huffington Post, on last Friday, October 10th, a Missouri couple facing an infestation of 6,000 venomous brown recluse spiders. St. Louis Dispatch reported that Suzanne Torres noticed the spiders shortly after she and her husband bought the house. The newspaper reported that Mrs. Torres saw spiders in their webs every day. They also indicated that they were in the mini blinds, the air register, the pantry ceiling, the fireplace. Their exoskeletons were falling from the can lights. And also one day when Mrs. Torres was showering, she dodged a spider as it fell from the ceiling and washed down the drain. Their house is known as the Spider House by locals, and as for the Torres, they compare the creepy crawly ordeal to a day at the circus.
Wow. I mean, I'm not afraid normally of spiders, but when a spider's poisonous, and they're all over your house, that just must be so scary for them.
I know there's a few people out here in the world are afraid of spiders.
Just terrified.
Yes.
That house must be unlivable for some people. Well, it looks like trained fire breathers have accidents too. Ohio fire breather Ashley Keach learned that the hard way after she was burned while performing a fire-breathing act at a Halloween-themed running event. According to the Huffington Post, the 23-year-old was performing at the Blood Run 5K for people with blood disorders. Social media posts state the woman blew a cloud of flame above her head and then her head caught fire. She sustained burns to her face, neck, and the top half of her body as the fire kept going throughout her body. She was transported to Wex Neuromedical Center at Ohio State University. Keach claims her injuries were minor and that she was just fine. Just definitely brings a new meaning to the phrase, don't try this at home. I mean, especially when you're a professional fire breather, that just
of course
so scary. Like, you breathe fire and you think you're going to be completely safe because you know what you're doing, but she just got burnt.
Yes. Want to make a buttload of money? Well, quit your job and twerk on Vine. Something this kindergarten school teacher assistant sure did. According to the Huffington Post, on Monday, October 13th, Miss Jessica Vanessa twerks professionally after leaving her school teaching assistant job in Florida. Currently, she is making six figures and she is proud of it. She also has full support of her family and friends, but on the internet, she is tormented constantly for choosing such a drastic, life-changing decision. Her response? Well, she told Broadcroft Television that what she makes in 6 seconds will take her 4 months to make as a teaching assistant.
Wow. Just the comparison of how much she makes twerking on Vine to like teaching is incredible.
Yeah, it's like imagine the children that she educates and they're coming up to her and asking her like, Miss Vanessa, you haven't taught us like how to throw that booty in the circle?
Wow. Well, I hope they don't know that yet, but I definitely see some of them would just be like, what the heck are you doing on Vine? Well, at the beginning of the quiz show Jeopardy! Host Alex Trebek gives contestants a chance to tell a story or reveal something interesting about themselves. According to the Huffington Post, Boston physics major Dan Tran gave quite possibly the least interesting story ever. He said, "So when I was a senior in high school, I took French in high school. We went on an exchange trip, and we arrived incredibly jet-lagged," Tran began. "No cappuccino could really save us in that regard. And during an opening air tour bus in Paris, I looked up and said to my friend, 'Hey, you know the moon looks pretty bright tonight/today.' And they just turned to me like, 'Dan, that's not the moon, that's the sun.' And I was like, 'No guys, it's the sun.' But then it turned out it was actually the sun and not the moon. And I still confuse it nowadays." Trebek quickly offered Tran a response that he should never tell another story again. Tran tied for first during that episode and will compete on the next episode as co-champion. Hopefully he will come up with a more interesting story. It definitely defines a new meaning for cool story, bro.
Like, yes.
How uninteresting. You learn that the moon and the sun are not the same things. I mean, you're a physics major. That's just weird.
It reminded me of a time where my roommate was experiencing the same thing, and he's like studying volcanology at Virginia Tech, and wow.
Just how common sense, people. It's a great thing.
Creepy clowns are causing a stir in Central California. According to NBC Los Angeles on Monday, October 13th, creepy clowns seen in Central California are causing nightmares and have police on high alert in the area. The Wasco clown, which influenced copycats, posted creepy photos on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And also, according to ABC News, they compared the 20 sightings of the clowns within Central California to a scene in a horror film. Sergeant Job Grubbs of the Bakersfield Police Department stated that there is a natural phobia of clowns, and clearly if someone dressed up as a clown and holding a weapon in a threatening manner, that's going to frighten people. Since then, police arrested one clown, but there are others still on the loose.
Holy moly, that's like with the spider story. If you're afraid of clowns, that would just cause like instant death. Oh my gosh.
It reminds me of a horror film back in the day that to tell this day I'm still afraid of it. The horror film is called It.
Oh, I've heard of that movie.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, just It, the clown. The clown is jumping out and scaring people on Instagram. That sounds like another horror movie in the making.
Yes.
Definitely.
And it also reminds me of American Horror Story Freak Show that's coming up tonight. You know, twisty.
Definitely. Thanks for watching this week's edition of Weird National News. But stay tuned, because when we come back, we will have Mary Desmond and Susanna Shepard with Crazy Contraptions.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
Countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to the weekly What's Up. I'm Susanna Shepard.
And I'm Mary Desmond.
And this is Crazy Contraptions.
Are you having trouble adapting to the bipolar Blacksburg weather? Do you ever feel underprepared for random rainstorms? Well, worry no more. Help is on the way with the umbrella tie.
This crazy contraption is an average tie with an outrageous twist. It doubles as an umbrella.
This will allow you to not only look great, but also rest easy in knowing that a classic Blacksburg rainstorm will have no effect on you, no matter where you go.
It's always a hassle trying to decide what to bring in the morning because the weather changes so abruptly. One moment it's sunny, the next it's pouring.
We've all had those days when we've forgotten an umbrella and didn't bring a raincoat. It sucks getting soaked on your way to class or waiting for a bus to come. With the umbrella tie, you'll never feel underprepared again.
It's a stylish garment that also gives you peace of mind.
I'm sure at this point in the semester, we've all gotten sick and have been in a desperate situation where we need some tissues or toilet paper. I mean, don't you just hate getting up from the bed to get a tissue? It's just frustrating.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. And you don't want to be that annoying kid on the 3rd floor of the library that everyone hates because they're sniffling so loud. Or what about pesky camping trips when leaves just don't do the job? Never be in those terrible situations again because toilet paper headgear is here to help.
Yes, This is a real invention. We're not kidding you. Essentially, the toilet paper headgear is a roll of toilet paper which sits on top of your head, providing easy access when you don't have pockets to put tissues in. I mean, it's a great invention. Oh.
It really is. Those Japanese, though. Honestly, this next invention took us a while to figure out. It went right over our heads, even though I'm sure the Japanese knew what they were doing. The slipper slapper, which we named, is basically a fly swatter for when you don't have a fly swatter, but you have a slipper.
Confusing, right? The slipper slapper is a pair of slippers which has an extendable pole on the back of each slipper. When you see a nasty bug crawling through your house, you can simply pull the slipper off, extend the rod, and slap that bug. Then put your slipper back on and walk around the house, free of any pests.
The guts on the bottom of your slipper carried around your house should be a clear warning for other bugs to stay away, or they will soon face the same doom.
The slipper slapper wouldn't be complete without tidy toes.
What are tidy toes? Tidy toes are slippers that have a dustpan and broom attached to the toes of the shoes.
Perfect for cleaning up said bug's guts around the house. All the while, never having to bend over to retrieve dust or whatever floor rubbish you have.
Here's a creative way to scratch your back, the battleship shirt. Sometimes when your back itches, you just really need a scratch from a friend.
However, it can be very difficult to describe where the itch is. Just like the game Battleship, this shirt gives you a graph with coordinates on your back so that you can tell a friend exactly where your itch is.
It also comes with a nifty handheld graph of the ones on your back for easy detection to show exactly where that itch is. When the itch is found, instead of yelling, "You sunk my battleship," you can say, "Itch terminated."
It's a fun way to help a friend out.
I agree. Another useful invention for all college students are the dine ink utensils. You heard me, not dining, dine ink. The dine ink utensils are pen caps that also double as eating utensils for when you have food in the library but you forgot to grab your silverware.
It saves time and money, plus it helps the environment.
Think about how many plastic forks and spoons you've just thrown away over the years. You can't throw away your pen caps, so why not have them shaped like your forks and spoons that you use all the time? That way you never lose them.
It's just so practical.
Very.
Just think about the next time you have to study or have a long homework assignment. Wouldn't you like to enjoy your late night snack while saving yourself the time of reaching for a fork or spoon? The dine ink utensils are a strange but useful tool for college students. Give them a try.
Well, that's all we have here for Crazy Contraptions, but stay tuned because when we come back, we'll have Tori Nagel and Kevin Stefani with viral videos.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back to the Weekly What's Up. I'm Tori Nagel.
And I'm Kevin Stefani.
And these are your viral videos. While most elderly people are focused on not breaking their hips, these old individuals are only focusing on hip hop.
had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? Yo. They see me rolling, they are hating, patrolling, they're trying to catch me riding dirty.
Trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty.
My music's so loud, I'm swinging, they're hoping that they're gonna catch me riding dirty.
Trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty.
Fellows, now what's cooler than being cool? I can't hear you. I said, what's cooler than being cool?
Ice cold.
All right. Okay, now, ladies.
Yes.
Now we are going to break this thing down in just a few seconds. Now, don't have me break this thing down for nothing. Here we go. Shake it, 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 shake it like a Polaroid picture. Sugar, shake it, 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 sugar. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Can't touch this. Break it down. Stop. Hammer time. In here, so take off all your robes.
I'm getting so hot, I'm gonna take my robe off.
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your robes.
I am getting so hot, I will take my robe off.
What's older than being old?
Ice old.
That was a really bad joke. Okay.
I loved it. It was great.
Yeah?
It was a little horrifying seeing these old people. At the beginning, you couldn't really understand what they were saying. So they almost sounded like they were in a cult because they're all like in robes. Yeah. Not good.
All right. This next vine is from Dylan McQuaid, and it's a short, inspirational vine that really made me stop and think about the Ebola epidemic that's sweeping America.
My fellow Americans, there is Ebola in America, which means we are screwed.
Yeah, this really changed my perspective, truly.
Truly changed my life.
Yeah. This next video proves that sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you cannot beat the original.
Sounds a lot like my 5th grade recorder concert.
Yeah, it's a little painful, you know, like if you had
Very
that
painful.
volume cranked on your laptop and you had your headphones in, this would hurt you.
It did hurt me. Alright, what's better than a chihuahua popping bubbles? A chihuahua popping bubbles in slow motion with ukulele music playing in the background. Watch this.
This is the most adorable thing I've seen all day. Like,
yeah, I saw it and I was like, wow. I'm sort of ashamed as to how much I love this video, but I don't care. It was awesome.
Don't be ashamed. Never.
Thank you for watching this week's edition of Viral Videos, but stay tuned because when we come back, we will have Alex Ernst and Haley Olivenbaum with the Blacksburg Review.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Danse, balance-tu la cadence, on lève bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence, dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou, ton
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to the weekly What's Up. I'm Alex Ernst.
And I'm Haley Olivenbaum.
And this is the Blacksburg Review. First up, I thought I'd review the Waze app because I just downloaded it this weekend to help with my drive home to Blacksburg after break. Waze is one of the world's largest community-based traffic and navigation apps. You can join drivers in your local area who share information on the roads and traffic so you can save time, gas money, and improve your daily commuting. It made our drive on 81 less stressful, and it also alerted us when there was a cop car ahead. There were a ton of cops out for the college students driving back to college, so it was good to know when we'd expect one. There were a couple accidents that we were alerted on, so it was stress-free when we knew exactly what to expect. I read some of the iTunes App Store reviews, and it received 4.5 out of 5 stars. The most common themes were the best navigation app, great for traffic, okay for navigation, and unbelievably wonderful. This app isn't as well known yet because it's not on the top app list, but it is free and there are enough people in the area to make the app's information worth your time. This app is more social than the typical Google Maps app, and it's capable of rerouting you when locals report accidents or backups. This is the new innovative way to use a GPS, and hopefully everyone will catch on to this incredibly helpful app.
I'm definitely getting that when I drive home this weekend.
It's great.
Sounds great. The new phone app, Fake Call, brings prank phone calls to a whole new level. The app allows people to send not only fake phone calls, but also text messages to themselves using any name they choose. To use Fake Call, you simply enter a name and phone number of the person who you want to receive the message from. When I tested it out, I used my mother's number. So I just found her in my contacts and wrote a short message. Then I received the message, which looks as if my mom sent it to me, but really, it was a fake call message. It took me a while to understand how the app works, but once I got the hang of it, I found it easy and funny. It's weird to think that an app allows you to make up text messages for people, but you never know when it can come in handy. But I imagine it could be very bad. I can imagine the fights and drama that prank texts from people have caused. While the app is free on Android phones, I do not know how necessary it is to daily life. But if you ever need a good laugh or good prank, then Fake Call is the app for you.
I feel like that could get you in trouble, but it's funny. I don't know.
It does.
My second review is on Zapoli's Italian restaurant across the street from the Math Emporium on University City Boulevard. I've been to this restaurant multiple times and it never disappoints. I was kind of disappointed with the ambiance at first because it is plain and small, but the amount of wine and wine tasting opportunities they have is incredible. The service has always been quick and the waiter always greets us with olive bread and olive oil, along with glasses of water. The manicotti is my personal favorite because most pastas on their menu are homemade at the restaurant. The chicken and broccoli Alfredo is another personal favorite. The entree prices range from $8 to $12 on average, and the portions always seem to be enormous. Their pasta sauces are also homemade and taste just like my grandma's recipe, maybe even better. This restaurant is perfect for special occasions when your parents visit or for birthday dinners. Don't let the mediocre decorating deter you because this restaurant is truly special. My friends always seem to love their dish and the portions are big enough so you can take a to-go box home for dinner later. I haven't tried the appetizers or desserts, but they have a very extensive menu. Their wine list is even more extensive and not overly expensive, perfect for the college crowd that doesn't have a ton of extra spending money for food. This restaurant isn't a chain, so it's a bit more personal than an Olive Garden or a Carrabba's, for example. Check out this hidden treasure in Blacksburg and you won't be disappointed.
I've never been there before, but that's top of my list. I love Italian
We'll
food.
go.
Okay. We all have those classes that we dread going to, whether it's because they're bitter about the $100 book we had to buy that we never use it, the monotone voice of the professor, or the boring topics we have to discuss in class. However, Dr. Purdue's Intro to Sociology class is the complete opposite. I first walked into my 500-person class expecting a typical lecture right off the PowerPoint with independent reading from my very expensive textbook. But I quickly discovered that Dr. Purdue was going to make it an interesting class that I would look forward to going to. It is not a typical sociology class. He throws in fun topics that tie into the curriculum, but still are interesting and different. Topics that we discuss in class include Indian burial practices, the foods eaten across the world, Dr. Purdue's interesting childhood, and even Ebola. He teaches things that affect how we look at the real world, which include racism, stereotypes, and poverty. Dr. Purdue is one of the funniest teachers I have ever had, and there is never a dull moment. And Yik Yak posts about the class prove that. Besides the interesting topics he presents, there was not a necessary book for the class, because it's available online. And we normally get out at least 20 minutes early every class period. If you want a fun-filled class that will be a highlight of your week, take Dr. Purdue's Intro to Sociology class.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm checking Yik Yak, I do see reviews from that class.
It's so funny. It's a great class.
There's a lot of inside jokes.
Yeah. Thank you for watching the new edition of the Blacksburg Review.
See you next week on the weekly What's Up.